Sorry, folks. Pacific greetings and a very warm welcome to you all. Again, thank you for your patience. We really appreciate your participation today. As we bring the month of International Women's Day to a close, we thank you all for attending today's roundtable session or discussion on breaking barriers, the power of gender empowerment. This is the first such event that Pacific Farmer Organizations is hosting online to share on the Climate Resilient Farming Project. The project is funded by the Australian Government's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. And as the project's first year is coming to a close, we are grateful and delighted to share that the activities that have taken place to date have seen DFAT issue just in the last week a contract to confirm funding through to the project closure in 2028. It works out to approximately $1 million Australian per year. So we're very grateful for DFAT coming on board as a partner. For the benefit of the participants who are not familiar with the project, I'll just give a brief overview. Then we'll have opening remarks. And then we will then move to the presentation by the respective farmer organizations who are implementing the project. So there are three components to this project. Component one is about locally relevant climate action, and it looks to building climate resilient households. And this is done through training with sustainable agricultural practices, climate resilient planting material, training on water management. So this all falls into component one. For component two, it's all about focusing on strengthening farmer voices on climate change. And latest reports show us, or latest reports that have been shared state, that less than 1% of climate finance actually reaches the farmer, yet they're the very ones who have the solutions for climate change adaptation. So strengthening the farmer's voice is so very important in spaces such as this. Then we have component three. In component three, we look to strengthening farmer organizations and institutional strengthening. And this is in order for these farmer organizations to better serve their farmer members' needs. So the CRF project is currently being implemented in the Pacific by 7 farmer organizations from 7 countries. And they are Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, the Solomon Islands, Timor-Leste, Tonga, and Vanuatu. At this juncture, I'd just like to mention that Tonga had a massive earthquake this morning, 7.0 on the Richter scale. So our thoughts to them. No. We understand that they are from our farmer organizations, we have 3 on the ground. They are all well, but of course it was quite a shake at 7.0 on the Richter scale. So we just bear thought for them, please, at this time. Returning to the project. There are dedicated gender equality focused positions within these farmer organizations for the duration of the project. And today we will be hearing from 6 of the implementing farmer organizations. As part of the first year's activities, the women empowerment officers had to conduct a gender assessment of their different communities. So today we will be hearing of what they're doing in country on gender empowerment through the Climate Resilient Farming Project as a result of the gender assessment. And we'll be sharing the report link for the gender assessment report at the end of the discussions today. However, before the FOs share, we are going to hear opening remarks from an individual whose life work, along with her husband's, has been about empowering women. Together, they are recognized as being amongst the pioneers of floriculture in Fiji and across the region. Through an outgrower program, she established and later registered as a legal entity, the Floriculture Support Association. This individual obtained funding support from the Australian government to build orchid nurseries for women in Koropita Lotoka in Fiji, a community which provides social housing and pathways to mainstream employment and housing for underprivileged families. As she was not able to join us in person, she has prepared a video for us. We welcome Mrs. Aileen Vanessa of South Sea Orchids, who is also a board member of the Pacific Organizations. or whom we fondly call Nana, to share her opening remarks for today's discussion. Thank you.
To this very Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to this very first ever roundtable event for the DFAT-funded Climate Resilient Farming for the Pacific Islands. When I was asked to say a few opening remarks today, I really did not want to do it, as I prefer to work in the background. But I'm told that if I continue to do it, I'm a voice for the women out there still finding their way through the challenges that women face in the agricultural sector. My work in floriculture, in partnership and through the support of my late husband Don, has always been about empowering women, allowing them to have more of a voice as they too contribute significantly to the economy. I wanted to see women who could not go into the workforce as they had to stay at home and look after their children, or they had some sort of problem and are not able to get into the workforce. Some of them may have disabilities and they have problems that they find it hard to find work, and this is what we're able to do, and we're hoping that we will have something for them at home. I wanted to see them have some sort of income, a means to improve their livelihood, and I'm happy to say that this is happening. AusAid actually funded a gender empowerment program in floriculture in 2000, floriculture at Korepita in 2008. And DFAT helped to expand it in 2021. The program allows women to have their own orchid nursery and their own plants. They are trained to look after them, and in order to look after them and produce cut flowers, which are then sold as a means of an income. It has not been easy, but it's a passionate journey that I continue to travel. It has been many speeches being made, knocking on doors, walking about with my sasa broom, trying to get people to recognize the depths of the contribution women have make beyond the home, to the community and the economy as a whole. And today I understand that you are going to hear more about what DFAT is supporting in different Pacific countries as women are empowered to help transform their community in the face of climate change to ensure food and nutritional security as well as economic development. Congratulations to the women, the communities they work in, and not forgetting the men who support them on their journey.
We are grateful to Nana for her opening remarks and the pearls of wisdom that she continues to share to the greater network. Thank you very much. Before we commence with hearing from the farmer organizations on the amazing work that they're doing, there's a link in the chat. For those of you who may not be familiar with Menti, this is an opportunity to play with the Menti question. But this first question that we'd like you to answer has been placed in the chat, and you can then, Mary from Pacific Farm Organizations has put it in the chat. So if you can just click on that link and respond to the question. And the first question is, what are some keywords and phrases that resonated with you during Nana or Mrs. Vanessa's speech? So we'll just give you a moment, and we'll ask the first of our speakers from the farm organizations, Barbara, to prepare herself. We'll be introducing her shortly to open the discussions from around the Pacific on the work they're doing with climate resilient farming. Thank you.
Yeah. I really didn't. No, I know.
Okay. Whilst you're replying, we will hear from the FOs now. So the FOs will share on who they are, the representatives from the farm organizations. They'll share on the farm organization, the work that they're doing, and in particular, the work they're doing in gender empowerment on the ground. So we begin our journey today in Papua New Guinea. And I'd like to invite Barbara Tormi of the Papua New Guinea Women in Agriculture Development Foundation to share on their experiences. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Thank you, and it's good morning from Papua New Guinea, Lae, precisely the second city of PNG. Okay, so my name is Barbara Tormi. I'm the Gender Empowerment Officer for PNG Women in Agriculture Development Foundation. PNG Women in Agriculture Development Foundation was launched in 2010 as a voice for women in agriculture, rural women in agriculture. It is a registered NGO and is made up of more than 135 registered groups and 8 corporate members. PNG provides representation in more than 20 provinces in PNG. It is currently headquartered under the in Lae, in the campus that's in National Agriculture, where National Agriculture Research Institute is situated. So we are provided an office area in the institute where it is operating from. And it provides in-kind, NARI provides in-kind support to the office in terms of office space and as well as and partnership services. PNG's vision is PNG families and communities will be prosperous and women recognized as equal partners in agriculture for development. So PNG serves, its mission is to amplify the voice of women in agriculture and to provide a market-based pathway for economic independence and empowerment of women and their families. So that is a basic information on PNG WIA. As I said, it is represented in 20 provinces. PNG has 22 provinces, and one of the provinces is Chimbu, or Simbu, as we prefer to call it. It's a province in the highlands, and that is where the CRF project is focused in. So PNG WIA has a provincial group, Simbu Women in Agriculture group in Simbu, and so we are working with them. Actually, the Simbu WIA is not really established. It has an interim group there. We hope that under the CRF project, we will help them to establish their office and their membership as well. So, and they are parked under the Simbu Provincial Government's Agriculture, Department of Agriculture and Livestock branch. So they have a bit of support from the provincial DAL, we call them. So our approach under the CRF project was to do a training of trainers. So when that first activity, we had over 30 participants, 19 of which were women. We specifically asked for 70% to 30% men representation. But yeah, we came up with, they had to choose their trainers. So we had 19 women and around 15 men that made up that first training. And from that group, we had to select 30 people to be the trainers. They would do the, give out the basic information on what climate resilient farming is, as well as do the assessments. So we had 17 of which were women. So still more women involved in the training. And they had to do 3 trainings in their respective communities. So, and we had a target of 2,500 people at least for them to reach. So as of January this year, we had the trainers, the TOTs have completed their 3 trainings. And the figures that we got for all 3 trainings that they had done and had reported back were around over 2,500, just around 2,520 or 30, around that number. Yes, so that was for our TOT. Then we from that TOT, we also had to identify seed multipliers who received climate resilient crops. And we had 3 farmers, 2 of them are women and one male. And they received all these crops: sweet potato, cassava, rice, and soybean and corn. So they received all that around October last year. Yeah, and most of the crops by this time have been harvested and have dried, and it's been preserved for waiting for us to do a diversity fair where it will be distributed. Just the cassava is still, it takes a much longer to come into maturity, so probably in the next few months. But yeah, all the other crops, the rice are currently being harvested and dried. One of the farmers is already milling the rice and having a taste of it. Yeah. So, and so we have this diversity fair that we are thinking of having that in the next few weeks or months, so that we can distribute those planting materials, which was one of the things that came out from the trainings that the TOTs, farmers are wanting those climate resilient crops. Simbu is it's a mountainous region, so they face a lot of landslides. And the last year they've experienced, like the whole year it was raining, so there's been a number of, erosion going on, and yeah, they have their own, they've set their own, through the assessment, they have requested a number of interventions in terms of such as agroforestry interventions, soil erosion, crops or trees for soil erosion to kept that, as well as soil fertility issues. So those are some activities that we hope to do as interventions for the next phase of the project. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing is to get, our aim is to get Simbu Women in Agriculture established and running, so they can be able to be a voice for their province and work with their agencies in their province to support them in terms of their activities and the financial support that they can get. Thank you.
Barbara, thank you so much for what you shared. As mentioned earlier, if you have any questions at all as we go through the presentations, please place them in the chat. But we thank Barbara again for her time and for what she shared today on what's happening on the ground in PNG. Thank you. We now travel to Samoa, where we will hear from Ferite Tau Alai on the work that Women in Business Development Incorporated is doing on the ground there. So welcome, Ferite.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ferit, just working on a women in business. I would like to share the work for WIPD now. Let's go first for the this empowerment of the women agriculture. Then working from the individual families, then involve the whole family in activities. Like example for the first one, for they build the nursery for 5 nursery from last year. For now, then move up on the one add in for the 5 from last year. Then together for the 6 nursery. But then training for the farmers, or especially for the women. Then planting the root crops for the climate resilience. Depend on the time for climate change. They make sure for all the root crops they planting in the different the nursery. Then the field team will going out and then deliver for each family between the 400 to 600 families. The other field team will deliver the root crops and then do some more training for the climate resilient. Then doing some survey and the people to what are you doing for the time for the climate change. Then doing from last year and then slow from the end of this year and then start from this year. Then people then the field team will going out and then they share everything and then encourage the farmers then grow for resilient crops. And they make their earn money. They got crops like cassava, sweet potatoes, or taro, and yams. This is a root crops. Then talking about the family, they prepare for the climate change, and especially then sell it for more incomes, take care for the families. There's some more money, and then encourage to planting the fruits and the root crops. They plan open markets from the end of the month. They're all farmers, and then participate for area monthly for the open market. They make the own money. They care from the family, and especially encourage for saving money. The saving money for depend on not the falavilavi, and then the save for the family for the time for the climate change. Then there's some a nursery not for the cities, and then some a nursery for the orchids, and then make some more money, and some nursery then encourage then plant like uh, like a they call it some more like that's making mulberry. They're making a nasiapo from all the men's. They make a tapa. That's all the men and women and the youth. Then all are working together for that activities. Why are you working together? But this is too hard for time for processing the trees, and but the women and the youth they doing some design, and then after that, and then for selling for more incomes, and then save the money for the family, and another one for bandanas, then planting for doing some mats or the fine mats. But this is important in my countries for coding the medicine. That's the two of that's the one of the word for the tapa and the ESM. And for now, yeah, that's all continue for the climate resilient, and then advise the farmers we stay in the coastal area. Uh, then grow the mangroves, then save from the wave time, the tide wave, and then move up in an area for the safety for the families, not too close for the coastal area, and then another land, then all then the time for the climates, and then safe. Then safe from the coastal area, and especially for the river. There's some sign on my countries that there are lots of river, and then another side for the coastal area. But from from this year, this really cool for uh, working together with the family, and especially for the people with disability. That's another family only. There's a one disability like a deaf, but for now there's 50 then working the people with disability, especially for the deaf, then working in the nursery and the garden at the back of the office. Then it's a really good then uh, work together, but not for depend on the people, and then work together for the people then with the disability. uh, from last week, then they're doing that's the open markets Then more than 30 farmers they turn in. It is a lovely selling product and produce, and the food for someone who wanna then come and then buy it for making
Try
incomes
again.
for the family. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ferite, thanks so much. It's lovely to hear your voice and the support you're receiving, and to hear of the work that's happening on the ground, the inclusive approach that WIBDI's taking. We now travel to Timor-Leste, where we will hear from Milena Cecilia Gomez. So is Milena with us, Waniko?
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I am Juanico, represent Milena, because
Okay,
today,
thank you.
yes, because today in Timor-Leste we have the holiday about the Idul Fitri. And today I tried to contact with Milena, but she's now in the village because today is holiday. I would like to present the representative of Anaprofico Timor-Leste. Anaprofico is the one organization or association, is the umbrella to the 70 association group commercial seed production in Timor-Leste. Anaprofico registered in the Ministry of Justice in 2015. 2015 to legalize our organization to do activity in Timor-Leste. We have the active member or beneficiary, 5,767 beneficiary. They cover all the municipality in Timor-Leste. We also support. We also support by the Ministry of Agriculture through the technical of assistance, also the seed, commercial certificate seed to distribute our member to planting. Also the technical support, training, to capacity building in our member to increase knowledge in commercial seed system. In Latvia, we received the program CRF project from the DFAT, to the Pacific Island Farm Organization. I think we congratulate the PFON because we also the trainer our member. That project we targeted 7 municipalities in Timor-Leste to target implement this activity. 7 municipality, we have the 52 association, also involve the community group in 72 target groups. And firstly, I would like to share the involvement on the human in CRF project. We implement the Mukuna distribution in Latvia. We target the 7 municipality. We target CRF project to planting, and then also they like the soil fertilize. Also they increase the maize crop, and also mambis they're implement in the base. Also the gender workshop training in Dili, but we also invite the youth and human representation from the 7 municipality. And the second, we implement the corn variety trace or demo plot. This activity we target to 2 municipalities. is Aileu and Lekisa. Two municipality, but three place or three association implement chrome variety trace. This chrome variety trace is very important in Timor-Leste because to compare the local variety and new variety, how to go to adapt it in climate change in Timor-Leste, especially in the two municipalities, Aileu and Lekisa. Aileu is in the ups and Lekisa in the town, in down. And also in our we implement in the we conducted the Mambin's variety trace or demo plot of the Mambin. Our target is 6 municipalities: Aileu, Ainaro, Covalima, Lekisa, Manufahe, and Manatutu. The 6 municipality or target based in our association. And the second is a rice variety trace. We target 3 municipality. And this week, in the last week, we had the trade nursery seed planting. And next I think in under April we prepare to planting. This activity we focus on 3 municipality is Covalima, Ainaro, and Vikeke. The all activity we also involve our partnership from the government, like senior extension, and seed coordinator and official of seed in the municipality level, a Ministry of Agriculture from the municipality level. We also invite to accompany our demo plot activity in the municipality. Also, we also open the whole community to involve. For example, in the Ainaro and Covalima is leader of the village invite the much cover the allowed community to participate this activity, because this activity also the good impact to the community, not included the Anaprofico members. It is our good communication with the leader of the village. The total of the gender disaggregate from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 activity is 1,342 beneficiary. But our request in our annual work plan, we have the 2,850 beneficiary. That is, we complete in the field visit or field trip in May and June and July. We have the optimism to complete 2,850, and also next week also continue to rice variety trace in VKK, also the planting. I think we covered all the activity. After the end the activity, we think to complete this beneficiary quantity for us. And also the percentage of involvement of the human in this activity, 36% from the human, and men 63%, youth 46%, and 1% disability. In disability, one group in Covalima, we have the 8 disability we invite the disability group to involve this activity. Equality access to participants. We continue to encourage human to involve more this activity in next opportunity. Also, community-based approach through the village leader to involve mass in this activity. We hope in field visit, I think community and human the much involved to this activity. Yes, I think this is my small share with you because at the moment I stay in village. I don't bring my laptop, but I try to explain about it. Thank you very much.
Waniko, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us, particularly on a public holiday. So thank you to you and the team. We understand that Milena can't make it, but we appreciate you covering for her on the work that's been done in Timor-Leste. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will now move to the Solomon Islands. We travel to the Solomon Islands, and I invite Crystal Koale of Custom Garden Association to share on the work that they're doing there. Thank you.
Hello everyone. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Crystal, and I am the Women Empowerment Officer at the Custom Garden Association. We've been working with farmers, particularly women, to help them adapt to climate change through the CRF project. And I'm excited to share some of the work we've been doing and how we are addressing gender equality in climate resilience. But before I walk you through the activities and progress we've made so far, I would like to first give us a brief overview of the Custom Garden Association. Custom Garden Association is a non-profit organization in the Solomon Islands dedicated to improving food security and rural livelihoods. And our focus areas is on enhancing nutrition, supporting farmer networks, and preserving cultural traditions in agriculture. So, the key activities of Custom Garden Association includes providing training and resource for sustainable agriculture, engage youth and women in agriculture, and also collaborate with local and regional partners for broader impact. For the CRF project, at Custom Garden Association, our focus has been on climate smart agriculture activities that support farmers' resilience to climate change. And for the first phase of this CRF project, we have been targeting total beneficiaries is 3,330, and we have implemented our activities in 3 of the 9 provinces in Solomon Islands. So that is in Malaita, Western Province, and Guadalcanal. So some of the rapid adaptation activities we've carried out include climate smart agriculture trainings, which cover integrated pest management and soil fertility management. So these efforts, we ensure that our farmers are equipped with knowledge to engage in farming systems that are more resilient to weather events caused by climate change, such as drought, floods, and unpredictable rainfall. So in addition, we also been providing seeds and planting materials setting up climate smart model gardens and hosting diversity fairs to showcase resilient farming techniques. And a key element of our work has been empowering women farmers to take the lead as our women they face new unique challenges in adapting to climate change. In addition,
yeah,
sorry.
That's fine. I thought you'd finished. Keep going. Sorry.
In addition to the practical training and resource distribution, we recently completed agenda assessment where we want to understand the specific barriers that women are facing in our rural communities. So our assessment have revealed key challenges include time poverty, limited access to land, resources, decision-making, and leadership opportunities. Many of our women in Solomon Islands, they are excluded from decision-making processes, which also limits their ability to influence climate adaptation activities in their communities. And our findings have highlighted that the need to address these barriers if we are to build resilient communities. So these findings have been instrumental and instrumental in shaping the next phase of our work. So moving forward, we plan to focus on initiatives that tackle these barriers head on. Some of the recommendations from our agenda assessment include addressing time poverty, where women's addressing time poverty, and we plan to provide tools like Kikosto, where we want to reduce women time spent on collecting firewoods and etc. And this will allow them to focus on other important activities as well. And another recommendation where we also came up with is to support women farmer groups to also establish and credit to also establish savings and credit schemes that would provide them with greater financial independence and security. And we believe that we by these activities we aim to ensure that our women are fully engaged in decision-making processes, and they can be empowered to lead climate adaptation initiatives within the so I think these are some of the work that Custom Guidance Association have been doing. I'd like to thank everyone for the opportunity to share this work with all of you. Once again, thank you.
Thanks very much, Crystal. Really great to hear of the work that's happening in the Solomon Islands. For the benefit of those who are not familiar with the CRF project and you've just joined, this information is also available on our website. Thank you again, Crystal. We are now going to move or travel to Vanuatu. Annie Wellin is the empowerment officer for Farm Support Association in Vanuatu. Unfortunately, she isn't able to join us today. She is on one of the outer islands for medical reasons. So we invite the director of Farm Support Association, who is also Pacific Farmer Organization's board member, Peter Cow, to address you all with what they're doing in Vanuatu. Peter, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. My name is Peter, and I'm covering FSA's 1 on behalf of our gender empowerment rep, Annie. Firstly, I would like to say that our programs or our program is basically based around rural women in agriculture and climate change. That's the theme, or that's the saying that we are basing our activities on. It's rural women in agriculture and climate change. Target women's groups as of March 2025, we've targeted 5 main islands with 33 different women's groups. These 5 islands are Tana, Efate, Malekula, Santo. These 5 islands are Tana, Efate, Malekula, Malo, and Santo. And we have 33 women's groups altogether. On Tana, we have 15 women's groups plus 1 RTC. On Efate, we have 4 communities. On Malekula, we have 8 women's groups. And on Malo, we have 3. Santo, we have 2, which makes a total of around 33 different groups that have been identified and been engaged in rapid activities. And we are looking of that 33 different women's groups, different groupings. We are targeting at the moment around 800, just over 800 households. When it comes to, as the title says here, breaking barriers, the impact of gender empowerment. So I quoted from probably Angela from my note. I'm with you that only a small percentage of funding from this climate changes impact reaches farmers, but yet the farmers are the main people who have the greatest impact on their lives. So we have decided that we will drive our project forward as in these 2 basic principles. One is having local field-based technicians in each island to better equip the women's groups from each island with an assistant whom they can reach whenever they need their help. Close monitoring. So we have decided, and we have 6 field technicians, that's what we call them, who are based in each of that 5 islands. All these technicians have been part of FSA in terms of signing agreements. And March this month, is the first official month attachment with us. And the agreement will go as far as 31st of December 2025. Activities that are noted as we gather information from these women's groups, they are centering around vegetable growing, piggery raising, fruit trees and timber trees propagation and planting, improvement of water, building of centralized nurseries, setting up of new savings groups, establishment of saving mechanisms in each women's groups, marketing infrastructures built, replanting of coconuts, as we have been badly hit by the cyclone and badly affected by rhinoceros beetle on Efate mainly. And of course, the multiplication and distribution of root crop materials. These activities are just the beginning of our discussions. Based on our 2 wrap-up meetings for Malekula and Santo Malo, and we still have 2 more to go to confirm our activities. Second strategy that we are working towards is we're trying to give farmers what they need. For example, excuse me, the information, the materials, the planting materials, and of course the tools. So when it comes to distribution, we take note of the saying that less and less funding is made available to farmers, whereas most are consumed along between the farmers and the donors. So our principle that we are working on is if the farmers need the tools, for example, maybe an individual farmer would need a wheelbarrow to get her produce from the gardens to the roadside markets. If they need to be given 1 wheelbarrow each, we will do that. And we would like to invest more in the women and on individual basis. And we believe that by doing so, we will impact the life of these women. Thank you for listening. And I also take note of Mr. Sandy Hoffman from Agriculture College here in Vanuatu. He's in the meeting. I take note of his presence. And it's good to know that he's around and I may be looking at engaging the Agriculture College. That's it, and thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Peter, for sharing on Annie's behalf, and of course from the Farm Support Association. We're really grateful for you being with us today. Thank you. We have one final farm organization to share with us, and they are based in Taveuni here in Fiji. So I'd like to invite Latai Smith to share on the work that they're doing in Taveuni. I understand that we've gone beyond the hour, but we would like to give this opportunity to Tete Taveuni to share. And of course, if anyone wants to stay back to join in the Q&A, you're most welcome to. Thank you, Latai. Over to you.
Maka, for those of you that don't know about Taveuni, Taveuni is known as the Garden Island of Fiji. And our motto here for this program is leave no one behind. To those of Tete Taveuni, Taveuni first came under the spotlight in 2009 at the Taveuni Mini Summit hosted by the Pacific Communities, SPC, and the Ministry of Agriculture. The summit brought attention to unsustainable farming practices and deforestation, which were leading to the decline of taro production, the primary agriculture product of the island. This marked the beginning of Tete Taveuni, a farmers' organization dedicated to improving agricultural practices, restoring the environment, and increasing resilience in the face of climate change. As an organization born out of the need for sustainable change, Tete Taveuni has been actively working to address these issues while empowering farmers, especially women, to play a leading role in reshaping the future of agriculture on the island. Community of Taveuni has recognized the importance of gender inclusion in all aspects of farming and community life. Gender inclusion works both ways. While empowering women, it also involves recognizing the essential roles that men play in these processes. Men and women must work together to strengthen families and communities. As part of this effort, we have focused on training facilitators to ensure they understand the significance of gender equality and its impact on the overall development of the community. These training sessions have been conducted in six different clusters with a specific emphasis on adaptation in farming practices. By understanding gender inclusion, our members, especially women, are empowered to participate in decision-making processes and contribute to the success of agriculture activities. At the same time, men are encouraged to support and actively engage in efforts that promote gender equality, thereby fostering a more balanced and collaborative community. In addition, our women are encouraged to utilize the natural resources available on the island, such as pandanus leaves for weaving, preserving fruits, making pickles or jams, drying breadfruit and cassava to produce flour or livestock feed, and extracting oil from coconuts. These activities not only provide economic benefits, but also promote sustainability, allowing women to save money and reduce their reliance on expensive store-bought foods. Despite those efforts, poverty remains a significant issue for many farmers in Taveuni. One of the major factors contributing to this is the over-reliance on store-bought products, rather than utilizing the resources available in the community. Many families buy from shops instead of depending on their backyard gardens and homegrown produce. A key area of concern is the lack of saved seeds for planting vegetables, leading to a dependence on commercial seeds. This reliance on external inputs can be costly and unsustainable. Training and education are essential to address the challenges faced by farmers in Taveuni, especially women and youth. Training programs focused on sustainable farming techniques, resource management, and resilience are crucial to equipping community members with the skills and knowledge they need to thrive. These training sessions not only improve agriculture practices, but also foster a sense of community and shape responsibility for the well-being of all members. It is essential to make these training opportunities accessible to all, particularly women and youth, to ensure they are empowered to contribute to the economic development of the community. By empowering women with the necessary skills and knowledge, we can improve their economic stability and resilience, enabling them to overcome poverty. Microfinance and saving. One of the key aspects of building resilience within the community is the introduction of microfinance programs targeted at women. These programs provide women with access to small loans and saving opportunities, helping them to invest in their business and secure their financial future. The concept of saving is crucial for long-term financial stability and independence. And through microfinance, women are learning the value of financial discipline. By integrating microfinance into our community development strategy, we are giving women the tools they need to build financial independence, improve their livelihoods, and contribute to overall economic growth on Taveuni. Education also plays a pivotal role in empowering farmers and ensuring sustainable development intervening. Farmers are encouraged to pursue educational opportunities that will enhance their understanding of modern farming practices, climate change adaptation, and business management. Education empowers women and youth to engage more effectively in farming, resource management, and entrepreneurial activities, ultimately leading to improved productivity and resilience. To conclude, the women of Taveuni have demonstrated immense resilience and ingenuity in utilizing natural resources to improve their livelihoods and reduce poverty. However, more work needs to be done to address the challenges they face, particularly in terms of access to resources, markets, training, and services. By continuing to emphasize the importance of gender inclusion, training, microfinance, and education, we can empower women and youth to take control of their future and build more resilient and sustainable communities. It is essential that all members of the community, including women and youth, have equal access to the resources and opportunity they need to thrive. With the right support and opportunities, we can create a more inclusive and prosperous future for community farmers and their families. Thank you.
Lataive, Nakuvalevu, no one left behind, a great motto. No, thank you so much for sharing. We thank everyone for staying on board with us as we've listened to all the FOs. I thank each and every FO immensely for what they've shared today. As you can hear, there's some similar activities, but there are different approaches being taken across the Pacific. And one thing that was emphasized again and again, the importance of partnerships, not just with other partners, but also within the home. Women working with their men and the youth. So very important. So thank you again, everyone. I now open the floor to questions. I believe Mary has actually placed another question in the chat box, but we will have questions and answers now if anyone wishes to share or comment. I would like to just address one comment that's come from Paulini of the Women Organization of Ba Province and the information that she's after. I'm sure, Paulini, you would have gathered some ideas from today's session, but for additional information, we do have our website, pacificfarmers.com, and there's a number of resources there, both videos and publications that can be very useful. And these videos are, do-it-yourselves from home. So if you need any further information, please do reach out to us. But otherwise, that website's there, as is our Facebook page. Ladies and gentlemen, I open the floor to you, and I thank you again for your patience. Vinaka, any questions? Anyone who wishes to share?
Oh, I'd just like to say thanks for letting me join in.
Sorry, it's Carolyn McMullen?
Yes, that's right. I found it very interesting, and I'd like to thank all the groups for their input too. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Carolyn. We greatly appreciate you coming on board.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, I've got a question. This is Jean from the Fiji Beekeepers Association. And honestly, I just I found this whole hour so exciting. You know, one doesn't realize all the amazing work that's going on around the Pacific at ground level. And it's so exciting. Imagine, you know, in a couple of years, how it's going to be when this work elevates from ground to further up and up and up and up, where our women and our communities are reaching leadership positions. You know, it's going to be incredible. It's very exciting. I just wanted to ask a question, and it sort of relates to the question Mere has just popped into the box. Bees. Does anybody work bees? Bees is a fantastic, incredibly amazing thing for women and youth to work on, because it's very doable. You don't need massive tracts of land to do it. And the product of the hive is huge. It goes way beyond just harvesting honey. There is so much more. And I was just interested, nobody mentioned bees at all. And I was just wondering if anybody was farming. I know Tete Taviuni do a little bit of bee work. And I was wondering if anybody out there in the Pacific is working bees.
Thanks, Jean. This is Flo from Women in Business in Samoa. Can you guys hear me?
Very clear?
Hi,
All yours,
Flo.
Flo.
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So I just wanted to let you know that part of the program which we're undertaking here includes hives. We have quite a few farmers now with hives, and we also co-hosted the first ever bee congress, which was held here in Samoa, that was sponsored by PFON and Pacific Farmers Organization, yeah. And that was a relatively successful one. And I agree with what you said, Jean. You know, bees are underestimated, but the bees do so much work, and it's so good for our environment and our ecosystem. So we also know that the yields, the honey that our farmers are harvesting from the bees is absolutely amazing. And as an FYI, because of the greater numbers of Samoan farmers who now have hives, and we have a Samoa bee association as well. The government is now really stepping down hard, and they've sent out numerous releases and press releases advising the public that importing honey in Samoa is absolutely prohibited. And this is to ensure that, you know, our bee industry is not impacted by the importation of honey from overseas. So yes, Jean, I agree with you, and we're definitely doing that in Samoa, and we're getting more and more farmers who have expressed interest in having hives on their farms.
Thank you so much, Flo.
I was very excited and very lucky to be able to attend that bee congress, and I was extremely excited to go to your facility, which was very inspiring. And bees honestly go beyond honey. Honey is just one aspect of a beehive. You know, even the residue when we clean our wax, the stuff that people throw away, even that has a purpose. For something that can be reused and done with. It's such an all-encompassing occupation. And honestly, if anybody doesn't do it in your countries, I suggest you think about doing it. It's brilliant. And the returns are good, you know. Thank you.
Tavini, sorry, Ellen, I see you've switched on your mic. Did you want to share anything? Please do. We've got interested listeners. Please do share.
Yeah, well, with those 6 model farmers, we also have bees, and we do work with bees also.
Thanks, Mathai. Thank you so much. I do know that Vanuatu also does bees, but not necessarily under this project, but they do have bees. They do work with bees in the communities. Are there any other questions before we bring this this roundtable discussion to a close. It's been really informative. You've heard the amazing work that's been done on the ground by the FOs. So if there's any other questions or if something you'd like to send to you later, this video will be available if you want to revisit it or share it. And as I said, there are resources available on our website that the different member farmer organizations have been involved with.
No, not a question. I just wanted to share. It's Flo again from WIPD in Samoa.
Thank you.
Just wanted to share that the lessons that WIPD has learned over the years. When we initially started, all of our programs were targeting women. And what we found was there was absolutely no way that the programs can be successful if we did not target the family unit as a whole and make sure that we take that family along on the journey. So, you know, I'm happy to share that when we speak of JETSI, when we speak of women empowerment, from our experience in Samoa, you cannot empower women alone without empowering the family as a whole. And this is what we have learned, which is why we repivoted our programs and our approach, where we're now targeting vulnerable families and working with families, because by empowering the family, you're empowering the women in the process. And this is something that we found successful within our programs here in Samoa.
Thank you so much, Jean. Yes, WIPD does a lot of work with farming households, and we're really grateful for what you've shared there again from the lessons that you've learned over the number of years that you've been working in communities. Thank you. Are there any other questions or comments?
No, thank you for organizing. Best of health to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
See you online soon.
Okay. Can we ask, even those who are not in the frame, can we please ask for a photo? We are mindful that we don't always get together on these platforms. So thank you. Yes, if we can have everyone in the photo, if you can switch on your cameras. I do apologize. I've got technical issues with my laptop, but please switch on your cameras so that Mary can take a photo of you all in attendance.
This is our team of 3 from Women in Business in Samoa.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Hey, Jean.
We'll just wait for the rest to on their cameras. Otherwise, in the count of 3.
Hello.
1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, hold on. I'll take another one.
While Mary's taking the photo, if I can just tell us, just cue us. Yeah, thank you again immensely to the empowerment officers and the FOs they represent for the incredible work they're doing. We thank the men who support them. And as mentioned at the very beginning, this is the first of several roundtable discussions we'll be having. This is to do with the Climate Resilient Farming Project, but we also have other projects where our farmer organizations are doing amazing work on the ground. So we will keep you posted. We thank you again. I'll hand over to Mary for the photo before we say our final goodbyes. Thank you.
All right, last one. 1, 2, 3.
Ciao.
Thank you very much.
Malo, Fafatai.
Malo.
Thank you too much. Thank you again, everyone, and have a good afternoon.
Same to you.
See you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Why does Lucy